Join the coven. There's a hidden show on Netflix where you choose your own adventure. I would not recommend it. A story written by B.B. Boleyn. Part 3. The first night, the game freaked me out knowing everything about me. The second night, I don't know what exactly happened, but now I've lost my job. Whatever this new show is, it's ruining my life. I had no job to go to today, so let's just get this over with. I fired up Netflix. I texted my boyfriend and asked him to delete his sim of me. I need to erase as much information as I can. Netflix didn't even entertain me with a menu screen. It went straight to static and that blocky 80s VHS text. Loading next tape. 2.3. The familiar voice made itself known. Voice mode is activated. Check your Snapchat, Rebecca. Dread plummeted to my stomach. What now? I opened the bright yellow icon. New message from ha 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 LOL 666. It's me. A Snapchat of me from the point of view of my TV. How the... New command. Check your WhatsApp. A new message from a new number. A weird close-up video of me from under my chin moving around my flat. I was creeped out. New command. Check your online bank account. I gasped. Opening my banking app. All my money had gone. I didn't have much anyway. But what little savings I had, and my current account, both read £0 and 0 cents. All my money had gone. This game and whoever or whatever is behind it is determined to ruin my life. New command. Open YouTube on your phone and check out Rebecca's new red dress. I quickly opened it and found the video. It looked familiar. Vacuous YouTuber and her mate try on clothes. But wait, the main presenter looked like me. Look, I'm a girl in my mid-20s, but I'm more of a tomboy. I don't wear dresses, and I wear minimal makeup. Yet this person was me, as if I had been given a makeover. Some mannerisms, same personality. But my plain face was pumped up and perfect. My drab brown hair was long and blonde, and I seemed to be putting on an act. My companion, however, was glitchy, to say the least. What started as a timid-looking girl became a character, a weird, pixelated face jerking between simulation and normal face. The new version of me looked to the camera and said, "Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is my ugly duckling friend Eden, who we're going to make look a whole load better with a makeover." It seemed the vacuous YouTuber from last night, and plain old me has swapped for the broadcast. The broadcast I don't recall, as the game ended once I put on the red dress and returned to the screen last night. The pixelated girl returns wearing the red dress, and the new influencer version of me stood by my side, with her in front of the kitchen table, with a manic smile. New me raises a hand, places it behind Eden's head very slowly, and then smashes her head into the table in a completely unexpected assault. I would never do anything like that. I was horrified. Laughing, the new me pulls her up by her hair and repeats the action over and over again until the pixelated, glitchy Eden turns redder and redder, matching the dress. Doesn't she look pretty? Do you guys like her makeover? The video ends abruptly. New command on my TV. Watch it again. There's more? Please, no. The next video is long, 47 minutes, and it's normal me doing some kind of makeup tutorial. Quite normal, really. 2 minutes in, I really wanted to cut to the chase here. And I don't have time to wait to watch the rest of the video clip, so I skip forward. 40 minutes in, and I've transformed myself into a hideous, ugly old clown. Long fake teeth, yellow contact lenses, a face of bright colors. I'm reciting some kind of numbers over and over again. This explains the varied messages from my friends. They didn't all see the same video. New command. Watch it again. Normal me is back sitting at my kitchen table looking down the lens. Hi, this is Rebecca. I work a crappy admin job at a crappy company called Enigmatica in Manchester, UK, and boy, could I tell you some things. I really didn't want to watch whatever it was that had led me to be fired from work earlier today. But I had to. Morbid curiosity and I needed to finish this level so I could end this stupid, dangerous game for good. We've done so well because Jonathan Daniels, head of IT, hacked our competitor and stole all their contacts. Whoops. What? That is not true. If it was, how would I know anyway? The reason HR matters in this place never get resolved is because the manager James is having an affair with our head of finance. Hi, Lisa. No, that isn't true either. James's wife works in my team. They're really solid and have 2 great kids. We don't even have a Lisa working in finance. And another thing, every manager in this place is a bully. Particularly Jane Anderson. I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her. You know what you did, Jane. I cringe so hard. Jane's like my work mom. She's my line manager and the sweetest, happiest person you could ever meet. She's been trying to get me out of my entry-level position and on courses so I could get a better chance of promotion. I didn't want to see any more. New command. Say 1 to exit the game now and start to rebuild your life and career from scratch. Say 2 to continue the next level tomorrow night and erase the damage of the past 2 nights. What a choice! It would be far easier to just delete the past 2 nights and pretend they didn't happen. But what would that involve? I need to pause the game, bide my time, and gather my thoughts. Pause game, I instructed. It worked. Game paused, said the voice of the game before adding, for now. I've only spoken to my long-distance boyfriend about this briefly, but he's not much help to me across the pond. I need to speak to my mum. Has she seen any of this? Does she know? She always makes me feel better. I dialed her number. Hello, my darling, and how are you? She wasn't mad at me. She doesn't know. Not good, Mom. Something weird is happening to me. I wish Rob had never given me his stupid old PS3 when he upgraded. Rob? Yeah, when he got his PS4, he gave me his old console. I just use it to watch Netflix and play some old games. Well, anyway, listen. Darling, are you okay? Who's Rob? Is she for real? God damn it, Angela. My big bro, Mom. Duh, your son. Silence. Mum? Your big brother, darling? Where's all this coming from? Sweetheart, are you okay? I can't believe this. Am I going insane? Mom, Rob, my big bro, come on, I need to talk to you about... She snapped. Are you on drugs or something, Rebecca? Snap out of it. You don't have a big brother. You're an only child. You know this, and your dad and I bought you that PS3 when it came out as a Christmas present. Mom, how could you just forget Rob? Maybe she's getting dementia? No, she can't. I tried to refresh her memory. Mom, come on now. Rob and I used to play football in the back garden. He did really well in school, star pupil, and is now a lawyer in London. Remember us having swimming races in the pool on holiday in Spain? You must remember we laughed for hours. We were both so competitive. Silence. Mom? Mom took a deep breath. Rebecca, you've never had a brother. Not in this lifetime, anyway. Eh? What does that mean? She carried on. The boy you played football with in the garden was our next-door neighbor, Neil. The swimming races in Spain were with a little girl we met from another family on their holidays. Sweetheart, I'm worried about you. You're not well. Stay there, my love. Stay in your flat. Your dad and I will be there in an hour. Part 4. First, this new Netflix game knows everything about me. Then it glitches my timelines and gets me fired. Then I see I'm being filmed in my own flat by something I can't see, and somehow within a 3-minute time frame, 4 videos were made of me broadcasting weird content to YouTube, which I don't remember. The console I used to watch Netflix was handed down to me from my older brother Rob when he bought a PS4, who now I am being told by my own mother never existed. Excuse me for feeling as though I'm going out of my goddamn mind. I waited for my mom and dad to arrive. They live an hour away. I had paused the game on Netflix to bide my time, given my 2 options at the end of the last level/installment. Say 1 to exit the game now and start to rebuild your life and career from scratch. Say 2 to continue the next level tomorrow night to erase the damage of the past 2 nights. I turned off the screen. I needed to speak to my parents before deciding what to do. Angela and Peter arrived at my city center flat from their little home in the countryside. They rejected an offer of a cup of tea and cut straight to the chase. Look, love, where's this idea of a big brother coming from? Asked my dad. I can't get my head around this. My entire 25 years on this planet, I have memories and memories and memories of my big brother. Rob, the sporty guy. Rob, the amazing guy who aced his exams. Rob, the successful lawyer in London. I was so proud of him. We had played football together. We fought. We looked out for each other. Like any brother and sister. We just need to tell her, my mom pleaded, looking at my dad in desperation. Dad took a deep breath. Look, love, there's something my mom and I never told you. Intrigued. Go on, Dad. He looked at my mom, almost as if for permission, and she nodded. We've been best friends since we were 10 years old. You know that. It was true. Mom and Dad were childhood sweethearts. He took a deep breath and continued. When we were 15, your mother became pregnant. We were terrified. Not only were we both underage, but we both had plans to go to college after our exams. It wasn't the right time for a baby. We were too young, and we weren't in a financial position to raise a child. My mom cut in. Not just that, darling, but you know how strict your grandfather is. He would have been furious, absolutely furious. So your dad and I had this terrible secret we needed to get rid of. We couldn't go to the doctor as we were both underage. The doctor would have been obligated to tell our parents. And your dad would have been in so much trouble. So would I. I felt sick. I could see this tale was about to take a very sinister turn, and I really didn't want to know what happens next. Dad picked up the story. We didn't have much choice but to sort this out the back street route, he said, looking guilty as sin. We got the train into Manchester on a Saturday morning in 1980. Told your grandparents we were going shopping. There was an untold rule in the city that if you get yourself into a situation like this, you needed to go to One-Armed Nell, an 80-year-old former nurse who had been performing illegal, he couldn't even say it, who'd been helping young girls since the 1930s and knew what to do. She lost one of her arms working in a factory during World War II, my mom continued, yet still performed her backstreet operation for young girls long after the war ended. Mom looked panicked and started to tremble. We didn't have the money to pay her. Rebecca, we were 15 and spent what money we had on train tickets to get there. We found her house, an old slum house, a creepy Victorian terrace just outside the city center. She scared us when she opened the door, as she looked terrifying, extremely tall for an 80-year-old woman, almost 6 feet tall and only slightly hunched at the neck. She took pity on us for being so young. We explained we had no money to pay, but we really needed her help. Dad continued. She said she understood we didn't have the money, but because of that, she would have to do her best. Do her best? I asked, perplexed. Yes, she said we may not have her full concentration. I felt ill at the thought of what was about to happen. Mom interjected. I'll spare you the details, Rebecca. She took us up the steep and narrow stairs to a back bedroom and... Oh, I can't, she said as she broke down. She got the towels and the hot water and the implements and began the procedure. Even Dad started to tear up now. After about 20 minutes, Nell said something quite peculiar. She stepped back and said slowly, There, I think I've got it all. And she gave us a sideways glance that made your mom and I quite uneasy. Then she snapped at us and shouted, Now, get out of here, you stupid kids, coming to me with no money. Dirty little beggars, get out. And we ran out of the house and to the train station. She said, I think I've got it all? I repeated. That was quite simply disgusting. We thought it was all okay, as I didn't get any bigger, and 9 months later, there was no baby. So your dad and I were relieved, said Mum, and I felt a wave of calm after that revelation. We went to college, passed our exams, and started our working lives. Your dad and I married and bought our first house, and by the time we had you, we were 30 and had a much better time in our lives to bring a baby in the world. I couldn't quite believe what I was hearing, and asked them, Are you telling me all my memories of my brother are fake? I am not going insane. I distinctly remember him helping me with homework, play fighting with me, sitting with us, eating at the table. Are you telling me there are only the 3 of us at home as I grew up? Mum and Dad glanced at each other. Look, we don't really believe in all this paranormal silliness. I'm a logical man, said Dad, almost regretting what he was about to say. But since you were born, it's always felt as though we weren't alone in the house. I hate where this is going, I really do. Mom tells me to spare my dad having to vocalize the very thing he doesn't believe in. After you were born, strange things happened. Every night as your dad and I went to sleep, there'd be a heavy weight on the end of our bed. It's never gone away and happens every night to this day. Other things too. I left you for a moment in front of the TV when you were a toddler, and when I returned, you were choking uncontrollably. We had to take you to the hospital. They had no idea what caused you to choke like that. When you were growing up, we could see you happily chatting away to someone having a one-sided conversation. We just thought you had made an imaginary friend. It was all slowly slipping into place. So you're telling me, if you had gone through with that teenage pregnancy, I would now have a 40-year-old sibling? Yes, that's right, darling, said Mom. We always felt there was someone else there too, and didn't want to believe it. But when you said earlier about this older brother, it seemed to confirm the suspicions we've had for 25 years. It all became so clear. My parents have been punished their whole adult lives for not having the fee to pay one-armed Nell, the 80-year-old backstreet abortionist. I am being punished by my aborted older brother for the life he didn't get to have. The final chapter. I understand now what my mom meant when she said, "You've never had an older brother. Not in this lifetime, anyway." 2 nights ago, I found a new category on Netflix called Adventure/Intrigue, containing a creepy new show which appeared to be one of those old text-based adventure games from the early 90s. This show appeared to know everything about me with stalker-like accuracy. Last night, a strange girl appeared in my flat, some influencer making a show. Despite only 3 minutes passing, I had somehow broadcasted 4 videos of weird content to YouTube. Different friends saw different videos, one of which led me to being fired from my job. I've always known the console I used to watch Netflix was handed down to me by my older brother, whom I have vivid memories from throughout my childhood. My world was shattered when it was revealed to me earlier today that I'm an only child. I have no older brother. He was aborted when my parents fell pregnant underage at 15 and sought help from an 80-year-old illegal abortionist called One-Armed Nell, who, it's now clear, didn't quite finish the job off as punishment for my parents not having the money to pay her. What a trip. Hey, if only this was a Netflix show. But no, it's my life and it's ruined. After their revelations earlier today, my parents were intrigued about what I had seen and what had led me to call them. I spent over an hour telling them everything. How I got fired, how my bank account has been drained, and how the game presented me with 2 options. Say 1 to exit the game now and start to rebuild your life and career from scratch. Say 2 to continue the next level tomorrow night and erase the damage of the past 2 nights. My mom suggested smashing the old PS3 console to pieces, but that would leave my personal life in tatters as it was currently. My dad suggested writing out the next level with them there for support. It can all be undone if we work together, he said. We loaded up Netflix, and again the program loaded immediately as it had done before. No menu screen, straight to the chase. Static screen, blocky 80s VHS text, loading next tape, 2.4. The familiar voice made itself known. Voice mode activated. Welcome to our new playable characters, Mom and Dad. My heart plummeted. I'd inadvertently introduced my parents into this sick game. We start tonight's level with an audio clip. We waited. A minute passed. A long minute, with the air full of anticipation. My Alexa, unplugged after the deafening music played over the past 2 nights, began playing the sound of a little boy crying. I'm in no way maternal, but my heart was breaking and my stomach in knots. We listened. Ow! No! Stop it, Mummy! It hurts! You're hurting me, Mummy! Please! I glanced at my mom. Her mouth dropped open like a drawbridge, and horror filled her wet eyes. Daddy, tell Mommy to stop it. Ow, ow, Mommy, my legs are hurting. Daddy, please stop. Naughty, Mommy, naughty. Naughty, Mommy, no. It worked the past 2 nights, so I tried it again and screamed, "Stop!" at the top of my lungs. Blissful silence. My parents looked disgusted and horrified. My mother almost hyperventilating, seemingly paralyzed with shock. The voice returned along with the line of text on the screen. Dad, you said you never believed in paranormal silliness. Oh dear, Peter, you're about to believe. Silence. We waited. Rebecca, in order to complete the game and erase the damage of the past 2 nights, please select which parent you'd like to abort. I laughed because surely I can't be made to make such a decision. My laugh was erased as I realized this was serious. Stop this! You can't make me choose something like that for a stupid game. This is not a stupid game. The calming BBC shipping forecast voice raised itself for the first time. It continued. If you do not choose, the computer will select for you. I panicked. I tried the pause game command again, but was informed that function was now disabled. With a violent jerk, my mother to my left grabbed her chest and wheezed a long, slow, agonized wheeze. My eyes filled with tears. Dad panicked. Angela, Angie, darling, Angie, please. He rushed to her as she gasped for breath. I can't breathe, she wheezed. Call an ambulance, Dad bellowed at me. Call it now. I dialed 999. Yes, ambulance, immediately. My mom, she is having a heart attack. I barked my address down the phone, and panic ensued as we waited for the paramedics to arrive. Amidst the panic, the game continued. Cheesy, showbiz game show music blasted through the Alexa at a deafening volume against the backdrop of my mother gasping her last breath. And my dad and I helpless, simply kneeling next to her, waiting for her help to arrive. The voice of the game returned. Congratulations! You've lost a life and completed the game. The events of the past 2 nights have been deleted. Check your online bank account. Go back to work as normal tomorrow. Everything's just as it was, but only if you agree to star in Season 2. I've lost my mom, and that guilt is something I need to live with for the rest of my life. My life got back to normal, but at a cost. My teenage mother aborted her unborn son, and he aborted her as revenge. Life is going well now. I got a promotion in work and bought my own flat. My dad visits every weekend, and there have been no more creepy interactions with my aborted older brother. That is only because I have part of an agreement to uphold. For my life to remain normal, I need to ruin someone else's. Kiss Chase, Season 2 trailer. Back after its mind-blowing first season. It's Kiss Chase. Anyone can be the victim. Anyone can be the star of the show. Anyone in the world. I sit in a dark room with a green screen behind me and a camera in front of me. There's a live counter on a monitor to my left, showing me how many millions of people worldwide are getting ready to watch. Here comes Jessica from a small town in Midwest America. I've got all my notes on her banking details, her passwords, her social media accounts, including her secret Twitter account she uses for trolling pretty celebrities. She cheated her way into university, and I have solid proof that this information will jeopardize her lucrative graduate job offer. I know she sells nudes online to creepy old men for extra cash. Unfortunately for Jessica, her boyfriend and family don't. Get ready for broadcast in 3, 2, 1.